Hey you guys, welcome back to today's video. My name is Danny. If you are new around here, welcome. Today I am going to be filling you in on a 4-month recap with Bell's palsy. So if you are new around here, back in August, I got diagnosed with Bell's palsy. I woke up one morning, August 18th, and the complete right side of my face was totally gone. Totally paralyzed, could not move it whatsoever. And over the last 4 months, I have done updates every 30 days, and we are now at the 4-month mark. If you have not seen the previous videos and want to know what I tried in the beginning, I fill you in on everything, like all the nitty gritty details, things I tried and I liked, things I tried and I didn't, what the doctor prescribed, things that I've been doing naturally and holistically, things that I have been doing more like Western medicine. All of that stuff can be found in the previous videos as well. In today's video, I am basically going to recap what I have been doing since the last 30 days since my 90-day video. So there's been a lot that has changed since then. I am definitely getting a lot more movement. My eye is starting to blink almost on its own, like completely blink and not have my eye roll back in the back of my head when I'm talking. And so I am just going to kind of go through those kind of like what I'm able to do now, things I am still doing to continue my healing process. And I'm also going to talk about how I've been able to stay like so positive during this process. It's one of the biggest questions I get asked. So many people DM me and say like, how are you able to stay so positive? How are you just not like wanting to stay locked up in your house? Like, how are you getting on video? So I'm just going to kind of go into that as well. The first thing that I want to talk about that I have been doing probably since month 3 is B12. Now, the reason B12 is so important is because it is crucial when it's crucial for nerve development. It's so crucial, and especially for us who struggle with Bell's palsy or any sort of nerve disorder, really, B12 is a really amazing vitamin to add into your diet. It's something that everybody needs to have regardless. B12 is one of the most common nutrient deficiencies that we have right now, at least in the United States. And so that, like, in and of itself, it's not going to hurt you even if you don't have Bell's palsy or paralysis. But the reason why I have increased my B12 is because it is crucial for nerve development. And when you get Bell's palsy, what happens is there's inflammation on the nerve, and that inflammation damages the nerve. And the reason why it takes so long to heal is because that nerve needs to regenerate. And in order for that nerve to regenerate properly and come back properly, you need to give it the things that it needs. It's kind of like if you were to just put a plant out in your garden and not give it sunlight and water, it would not grow, it would not flourish. So you have to give your nerve the sunlight and water it needs in order to repair and come back. It takes a long time for nerves to repair, you guys. I get so many people also direct messaging me saying, how do I get movement back? And it's like, okay, well, it's not that simple, and it takes time. And for some people, it takes longer than others, but you do have to constantly be working at it. You need to constantly be moving your face. You need to constantly be massaging it and working towards healing, and also believe that you can heal. If you stay in this negative mindset, in this negative space, you're not going to heal. I have a book called Mind Over Medicine, and there are some incredible cases where people have been diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer, tumors, given very little time to live, and they were able to stay in such a positive mindset that they actually went into remission and are now still living. It is incredible what the mind can do, both positively and negatively, so you have to stay in a positive mindset. I know it's hard because for some of us, we've been living with a normal face for me, almost 30 years, and this happens, and all of a sudden it's like, gosh, how do I look myself in the mirror? But you have to remember that just because there's something a little bit different on the outside does not change who you are on the inside. That does not change. I was laying in bed the other night thinking about this, and I was like, why are we so afraid to show our flaws? Why are we so afraid of physical imperfection? Because if you ask me, and I have been thinking about this a lot since all of this has happened, I would rather have a warm heart and a kind, compassionate soul and some physical imperfections than be physically perfect and have a mean, black-hearted, demeanor and soul and not be a nice person. Think about it. I mean, who would you rather be around? Somebody who's light and bubbly and compassionate and loving and caring and kind, but maybe isn't the quote-unquote perfect display of physical beauty? Or would you rather have somebody who's this supermodel, quote-unquote, the world's perfection of beauty, but is mean and demeaning and isn't very nice? I don't know. I would rather have the person who's kind, loving, and compassionate with a little bit of imperfection. And imperfection is what makes us all human. Hello? So, and I know there's a lot more psychology around that, because if we were to display our imperfections and put it out there, there is that fear that we're going to be rejected. But what I have found so beautiful when I had, since I've had Bell's palsy, is I find I've actually grown such a stronger, more dynamic, close-knit community on social media and with family and friends than before. So sometimes you just gotta get over that fear, because you're gonna be okay. And if somebody doesn't accept you for your flaws, then it's time to get a new friend, or just kind of put that family member to the side. So anyways, back to B12. So this is just an under the tongue B12. You literally, I spray 2 sprays under my tongue once, sometimes twice throughout the day. It doesn't taste bad. This is from Garden of Life. It's called My Kind Organics. Certified organic whole food, B12, organic spray. Vegan methylcobalamin. So I have been taking this, like I said, since about month 3. Month 3 is when I started to see a lot more movement come back into my face. Whether the two are correlated or not, I cannot say, but I'm still going to be taking this guy. So that is one of the things that I have been doing and are continuing to do. The other thing that I just started this last month is using this little guy called the New Face. It's a microcurrent machine, and microcurrent is different than a TINS unit. So a TINS unit is those muscle contractors where you have the little pads and you can put them on your face. For some people it works. For some people it creates what's called synkinesis after they've healed, where you might smile and your eye closes. So basically there's a misfire going on. This is much lighter than the TINS unit. It's not as strong of a contraction, and it's not forcing the muscle to contract. This is more of a very microcurrent. It's very gentle, kind of gives you a little tingle around your face. And it is something that feels really nice. Again, I can't say whether or not this is something that has improved my movement or not. If you were to put a gun to my head, I would say I think it's definitely helping. So I use this about 5 days a week, and it's really simple. I mean, it feels really good. I usually do it in the morning when I'm washing my face, because you do have to put this jelly all over your face as you are using it. And I just use it all around my face. It's super easy to use. I think they have them for $99. This is the little mini face. This is the mini New Face. I didn't get the big shebang one because I just wanted to try it out and see if it worked. I think it was $150. But definitely something, if you can spend the money and it's in your budget. I really like it, and I think it really has helped just keep like my facial tone and reminding the muscles what they're supposed to do, and so on and so forth. So that is the new face. I also continue to like massage my face. I really just try to keep it moving. Sometimes I'll even I'll do a kissy face, and I'll like force my lips to go into a kissy face. I'll like try to raise this eyebrow and I'll like force it up, all that kind of movement. You can find so many Bell's palsy facial massage type of videos on YouTube. It's basically what I did, is I just YouTubed it and I kind of did what they told me to do, and I just keep doing what feels good. And then I have been doing a little bit of craniosacral massage as well when I am able to get down to see my craniosacral massage therapist. She's a little far away, so sometimes it's harder to get down, but she did show me how to do it myself, which is literally where I stick my finger in my mouth and I'm like really getting down into like all of these muscles and whatnot. So that has been helping as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely seeing so much good improvement. I can, if you like look at me and I am not talking or smiling or anything like that, you can't really tell. I can almost completely smile. This little part needs to come down. I am starting to get some movement back in my eyebrow. This has been the one that's taken the longest, which makes sense because the nerve comes out of right here and it kind of like spider webs all the way up into here. And this one I think even kind of branches off into two. So it does take time, you guys. It takes time. Yes, there are some people who are able to recover really quickly, and for them, most likely, they got the inflammation down quick enough where they didn't have a lot of damage done to the nerve. And for some of us, the inflammation was a little too much and it did cause damage. So you cannot compare yourself. Do not compare yourself, because that is only going to put you again in a negative mind frame. I can't say that word, or whatever that phrase is. I am no longer sleeping with my eye taped. I have been putting like my eye drops, my jelly drops in every once in a while. My eye is starting to blink a lot better and close at night and all that good stuff. I do wear an eye mask at night, so to protect my eye in case it does pop open in the middle of the night. What else? Again, with your mindset, you have to stay positive. Don't go down a rabbit hole on social media if it's freaking you out. Don't look at social media. If it starts to freak you out and scare you, get off of it. I did not really look at social media, to be honest. I'm really not in any like Bell's palsy Facebook groups or anything like that. I've heard some are amazing and very beneficial and very encouraging. So if that is the case, I am all for that. But if it's just going to be like negativity and doom and gloom and your face is never going to go back to normal, I wouldn't do that. And you gotta stay in the most positive mindset possible. You gotta think this is only temporary. And if this is not temporary, there is a reason for it. I have to learn something from this, because personally, I had to learn to not put my worth into my works. I was running myself ragged. I was trying to do everything and do it all perfectly, and I couldn't. Nobody can, at least without help. And I just ran my body ragged. And even now I'm still like trying to heal from the repercussions of just running and running and running and running and running. My adrenals are totally shot. So that's something that I am nourishing and working on as well to heal my body, and making sure you're eating well. Anti-inflammatory diet. This was caused by inflammation. You need to focus on anti-inflammatory foods to nourish your body, you guys. I know doctors will not talk about this, but you have got to nourish your body. So you got to get in those good leafy greens. You got to get in good wholesome foods. Stop with the fried foods. Stop with the crap. Don't put yourself into this like miserable mind space where you just sit on the couch and eat ice cream all day and binge watch Netflix. No, you got to heal yourself. Your body can heal. You just have to give it the tools to do so. And I remember when this first started, I actually laid off of like animal products for a while just because I wanted to really focus on anti-inflammatory fruits and vegetables. They are the most nutrient-dense foods as far as getting in good, wholesome enzymes, vitamins, minerals, micronutrients, phytonutrients, so many healing properties, you guys, in fruits and vegetables, and we do not give them enough credit. And so I just laid off of it. I'm still eating it now. It's not like I went vegan or vegetarian, but I just laid off of it so that I could put more focus on eating clean, healthy, anti-inflammatory foods. So that's something to consider. There, unfortunately, is not a magic pill to just make your face come back to normal. You have to work at it. Your body is trying to tell you something, and if you're not listening, it's not going to heal. I have learned that firsthand, and I can tell you, you have got to listen to your body, you guys. Yes, Western medicine is great when you need it, and I did take the steroids when they gave it to me because I do think those are something that helped and definitely helped prevent further damage from happening to my nerve. But you also got to listen to your body, and you got to give it stuff that actually like nourishes it. You got to nourish your body, you guys. I cannot say it enough, and it drives me absolutely nuts when people just want a magic pill. So yeah, that is kind of what I've been doing these last 30 days at least with my face. Every couple weeks, maybe even every week, I do feel like I get a little bit more movement back here and there. And it's cool and it's exciting. But I also have to stay in that positive mindset of if this doesn't come back 100%, I am still Danny. I know what I am inside. I believe that my heart is still pure and the person that I am doesn't change, even if my face is a little crooked. So yeah, I hope you remember that. I hope you remember that you are still worthy and you are still loved, even if your face is a little crooked. Because it's not our physical appearance or our physical beauty that defines our worth, and how much we should be loved and how much we should be respected or any of that. It's really about like the person you are on the inside. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. If you want to reach out and just like connect because you have Bell's palsy, I'm happy to do so. I love hearing from you guys. I will say if you have like a doom and gloom story and you're like, my face never came back and and you're just going to be negative, don't waste your time because I just delete those messages because it's not worth my time. I don't want to be in that negative space, so please don't send me those kind of messages. But if you want to connect and you have questions or you have a family member that is struggling with it, I am happy to connect and help you and just support you and remind you to stay positive and that you will get through this and that I believe everything happens for a reason. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. I love you so much. Thank you for being along this ride with me and this journey and for being so kind. And I will talk to you next time. Mwah. Bye.